everyone, welcome back. I'm so happy you're here, and of course, like I always hope that you have an amazing day, dear friends. And of course, if you're new here, of course, welcome to you too. And if you're not subscribed, of course, I hope you will click the red subscribe button. For today, we're going to use the smaller tumbling towel blocks, like a lot of you already know. And of course, the measurement you'll also find in the description box down below for the bigger and the smaller blocks. This is my container with everything inside I need for DIYing. But most important is, of course, the wood glue. You can choose any brand of wood glue. Don't pay too much for it. I have here my saucer with an old piece of kitchen towel which is wet, and of course my paint, but it's just an example. You can choose any color you like. What we're going to make for today is a little bit of an experiment, because I still don't know how I'm going to make it, but it is something which will be carrying a little box. But I don't know, we will see how this will turn out. I hope you join me. So we're going to start with kind of a little crate which will be on top, which will be the one which is carried. So we have 3 rows of 5 for the bottom. So 3 rows of 5. Of course, you can size it up if you like it a little bigger, but it's also depending on how big your piece is, which will be under here. And you can do a little bunny under the crate. You can do anything under it. And of course, you can also, instead of a crate, you can do a kind of a little tray. So you don't have to do this crate if you don't like this kind of pieces, because I like always work with greenery. I'm not obsessed with greenery, but in my whole decor, I always finish everything off with greens, but that's not everyone's cup of tea. So I like it. So I like little pieces where I can do some greenery inside. For me, my decor is always coming to life and gives such a warm and nice feeling through the seasons. But like I tell you, it's not everyone's cup of tea. Now we're going to get our wet towel. We clean it up the top, place it straight up, clean up your mat and do the back side. We do this one, clean it up from the top, do it fast, place it straight up. Oh, and of course do it a little bit better than I do. Clean up your mat and then turn it over and do the back side. Here the same, clean it up, place it straight up this way. And then do the back side. And of course, if you don't have a carpenter square and you still want to have a nice straight line, then place it straight up, press it down with the tops, and then let it fall down. Do here the same, press it down, and again let it fall down. And here the same, and press it down, and then simply press it together. We're going to give it only a half minute. And you see already this block, maybe I can show it to you a little bit better. He is really crooked, but we're going to use it because I don't like throwing things away. So we give it a half minute drying. So now we're going to place this one in the length of your block. Place this one on the side, this one on the side. And we do some glue on the top, over here, and over here. And again, we're going to place it here. Oh, you see already, of course, we need to do it this way. And again, press it together, fill in the open gaps as best as you can, like this. And we're going to clean it up. And make sure that and you see already, he is still not attached to here, so I have to press it a little bit harder before I'm going to turn it around. But turning around is always a little bit tricky. So again, we're going to let this dry. So now we're going to make the widest side of the blocks of the crate, and this is 2 rows of 5. So 2 rows of 5. Oh, like this. Do some glue on the smallest side of the block. And again, fill it in. And I'm going to give my crate a little bit on the smaller side, some round finish. But you don't have to do it. You can make it, of course, in a nice straight line. But I like a little, this time, with a little bit of a round. You see in a moment how we're going to make it round. We're going to clean it up. Place it straight up and do the back side. The top side, straight up. And do the back side. And again, we're going to go back. Mostly I do it with my finger, but you can place your blocks straight up. And we're going to let this dry in on the side. So now I have 6 loose blocks. I'm going to take the 2 middle one. I'm going to glue on top of each other. Very simple. Just squeeze it, make a straight line. And we're going to give it a little bit of cleaning. Like this. and we're going to press it down. Place it straight up with the smallest line pointing this way. We're going to get a half block of a block, a loose block, and we do some glue on the inside over here, like this, and we place it halfway this one. Always make sure that you glue it nicely. You do here the same, some glue over here, and we're going to place it on the other side, halfway. And there's also always a little bit of measuring. Are you having it on the place you want to have it? It's always a little tricky, but we will get there. And again, another piece. And we're going to do this one halfway. And this one. And then we're going to let it dry in for a little moment. And then we're going to see if it is the whiteness we need. Of course, we're going to press it together. And we're going to let this dry in for a little moment. We're going to take another set of 6. And again, we do the middle 2. We do on top of each other. Because we need 2 sides. And again, squeeze it. Feel with your fingers. And the back side. Also. And place it straight up. You're going to do again some on the side, a little bit of glue. You place this one over here. We do another one. And we place it on the other side halfway. And a number 5. And again, we're going to place this one also halfway. And the last, we do this one on this side, of course, also halfway. And we're going to let it dry in for a little moment until it can settle in a little. So now we place our 2 pieces against each other. So one on this side and one on this side. We have our 2 little planks. And of course, always look which one is the flat side where you can place it best against each other. So again, we're going to measure it out dry because we want to glue it halfway. So we did all of them halfway, and now we're going to do this one also halfway the block also. So we do some glue on this side and on this side. And we just simply place it against here halfway. And again, just give it a little bit of pressure, not too much. And then we're going to do for this one also a little glue on this side and on this side. And we place it also over here and give it a little bit of pressure, not too much. And here the same. And then if you're happy with how the shape is, let it dry in for at least an hour. So now we have our bottom, and of course we have our little round for our box. We're going to gently turn it around and gently place it on the side because this is the flat side on the here. So we do some glue over here. Just try to go on each block. You do some glue. You go around like this, and of course make sure that every piece has a little bit of the glue. And again, we're just going to turn it over and just gently place it on top of here. Make sure that you have the middle always. Before you're going to press it, make sure that you have it where you want to have it, and then press lightly down. Always go back, look for it if you have it in the middle, like this. And now we're going to get our brush, and we're going to go wipe away the glue on the inside which is sticking out. And of course also on the outside, just remove the glue, because later when you spray paint it, it's not a great sight to see if a lot of glue is sticking out. So, and now can we place this one on the side and it can dry on its own. Now we're going to do the under piece. So now we're going to make a kind of a body, and it will be just a basic piece, and this is 5 rows of 7. So very easy, 5 rows of 7, and you just simply roll them together until one piece over here, Oh, over here, I'm already under the glue. And if I don't wipe it away, then you see already it sticks on your fingers. And that's not what we want. Over here. And of course, I did it as 5 high, but you can do it even higher and you can even do it shorter. I'm just guessing this one. So I will let you know if I like it 5 high, or maybe it should have been shorter or longer. But we will see at the end, and you can do it better than I do. So I make the example for you, so you can change it up any way you like. And the great thing about this kind of basic bodies, you can do it for mostly all of the animals. So I think I'm going to do a chick maybe, or maybe a little bunny. So we will see. And again, we're going to squeeze it, because bunnies you can use all year round. And again, squeeze it. You do here, press it together from the inside to the outside, and then press it totally at the ending. Over here the same, press it together. And over here, and again, press it together. We're going to get our towel, and we're going to wipe away the glue. And this is only one front of the body, because this is the front side. But my mat was not bigger, so I have to do it in pieces. Clean it up. And of course, we're going to do the back side. Here the same. We're going to place it straight up and clean up our mat. And again, do this side. And you will see, if you clean it up every time again, you will see that it paints much better than if you don't do it and you have everything under the glue. That's not what you want. I have here one crooked block over here. So I have to work with it, make it fitting, and again, straight up, and clean this one up. And then we're going to make sure that we have a straight line. And then we're going to let it dry in for only a half minute. And like I told you, I do it with my fingers, very easy. But you can do it, of course, place it straight up. Or maybe you have a carpenter's square, and that's fine too. So give it a half minute rest. Now we're going to turn this one, and over here and over here. Now we do simple, just place 4 of them on the side. And we do some glue on them. Over here, and over here, and over here, and the last, and place it down, number 4 and number 5. And now we're going to gently fill in the open gaps as best as we can, like this. And of course, always go back to the side to make sure that also the side have a straight line, the best as you can. Especially when you have this kind of blocks like I have, then it takes a lot of your patience. Let me say this, because blocks which are having the nice shape is always better than what you have to deal with right now. So this is already the front side. Now we're going to make the back side. So again, we have 5 rows of 7 again, and we just simply row them also together like we did with the first one. And now after this one, we're going to do the sides, and the sides I'm not going to do really wide, because I want to keep it a little on the smaller side, that you can also place it everywhere where you want to. Because if you give this a kind of a gold or silver color, then you will see you can use it all year round. That's always the greatest. Then you can use it all year round, especially when you are a glamour person and you don't like the white or black or something else. Then, and if you like more like gold and silver, then this one is also for you, because now you're looking at this is wood. What must I do with wood? But believe me, when you spray paint it, everything changed so much. I always am amazed when you use your spray paint or just paint, how much your piece is changing. Also, when I go to the thrift store and I buy some decor pieces, I think 99.9 I always paint it, and you will see it change so much, and it gives a nice, fresh, new look. But of course, and you can distress it to give it a little bit like an old look again. So there are endless ways with paint, and everything changes with paint. And again, squeeze it, squeeze it. Now the last one, and we're going to squeeze it also. I'm going to clean it up. I think you already know now how to clean up, and we're going to let it dry in for ½ minute. So I'm going to turn this one again also in the long row, and again place them on the side. And if you don't have them completely straight, it's also fine, because you are going to press everything together when you make a long plank out of it. So again, a straight line, and you do some glue, and again you just simply roll it together over here and over here, and the last, and again gently press it in as best as you can. I always say, make the best of it, like this. And I'm going to press this one together and then clean it up. And we're going to let it dry in, go back, feel with your fingers that you have a nice line also on the side. And then you're going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes, and then you're going to turn it and do the back side and place it on the side. So now we're going to do the smallest side, and we have 3 rows of 5. I have to clean up my top of my glue, and you just do some glue on the top side, place it down on the top side and roll them together until one piece, and over here, and fill it in with number 5. And you hear the same, and this is only for one side. We make another one, but I always make it myself a little easier than push everything on one piece. So again, number 2, number 3, and number 4. And then gently squeeze it and fill it in like this. And here the same. Make sure that you have as best a straight line as you can have. And here the same. And this is always a little tricky to clean them up, because most of the time it will go out of each other, but doesn't mind, so don't worry about it. If it goes out of each other, it's not a problem. You just turn them out and just glue them together. Don't do extra glue, because it's not necessary if you use the wood glue. If you have the hot glue, then you don't have this problem. So again, you're just going to on the side, clean it up, go back and do the back side. And if you wait a couple of minutes, you will see it glues nicely together. So again, we're just going to press it, and we're going to give it a couple of minutes drying. But always go back, feel with your fingers as best as you can, and let it dry in. So now you have your 3 pieces, place 1 on the side, 2 on the side, and we do some glue over here and over here. That's why we don't wait too long. You can do only a couple of minutes is fine, but not longer. And it doesn't matter if it breaks, so just place them together. And here you see already this one is also still not glued together, but we don't mind. Just place it until one piece and gently squeeze all of them together. What you also can do, if you want to make it maybe a little bit easier for yourself, you can do 5 pieces of 3 and then glue them together. It's also fine. So I did it in the long pieces, but you can also do it, of course, in the 5 pieces of 3. So again, going to squeeze this one. And we make sure that we have it on the side, clean up our mat. And we do the back side. And let it dry on the side. So now I will show you also how you can also do it. So I did 3 rows of 5 in the length, but you can also do 5 rows of 3. So very easy, just do some glue on the smallest side of the block. And again, roll them together and this way. So it's basically the same, but maybe this is, I think, a little bit easier. You have a little bit more piece to press. And again, the last one. And we're going to squeeze it squeeze it, squeeze it, and squeeze it, and squeeze it. And we're going to clean it up and let it dry in also in half minute. So now we're going to turn them in one long piece like this. And we just do some glue on this side. We do it on this side. And roll it together. And over here. And again. Number 5 is the closure up. And now you're gently going to squeeze everything together. And if you're looking, we have two the same pieces. So again, we're going to clean it up. Place it on the side. And we can do the back side. And we're going to let this dry in also for at least a half hour, both of them. So if everything is correctly, you have now 2 pieces of this one and 2 of the bigger ones. We turn it over because we want to be sure that we have a nice flat side. We are going to glue some glue on this side of our piece, over here and over here. And we're going to place it on top. Look which side you like the best and want to have shown on the outside. So always go back, place it over here and then give it a little bit of pressure and go back, feel with your fingers like this. And then you're going to do this one. You do some glue on the side, over here. Look which side you like the best and want to have shown on the outside. And then you place this one on this side. And again, you're going to give it a little bit of pressure. Feel with your fingers and always also on the ending, feel with your fingers that everything is sticking nicely on the inside as best as you can. And then you gently do some glue on this top. Always do it carefully because it is still not dried up. You just placed it. And again over here. And you just place this one on top to fill it up. Also here, feel with your fingers, press it lightly down. Also over here, go back, make sure that you have it in a straight line. And then again, press it down, not too hard or else you will break it. And always go back, feel with your fingers. And if you're happy with the shape, then you're going to you see this right now and let it dry in. So now we need a bottom because the top will be the little box we made, but the bottom we need is of course 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks, and we just simply roll them together until one piece, and that's totally fitting. So over here, and of course you can also make it bigger, that you make kind of a little tray where he's standing on, but for me I'm going to do it just fitting because I like the block on its own. And again, we're going to clean it like this. And we're going to place it straight up and do the back side. And we're going to let this dry in for at least a couple of minutes. So now we placed our box over here and we're going to do some glue a little bit more on the inside than the outside. And again, we go around and we place our piece on top of here. Like this, just make sure that it fills nicely inside like this, and then press it down and then let it dry in. And this is the underside. So if everything is correctly, you have now 2 pieces, a box, and you have of course the kind of a head, top, crate, what you call it. We're going to paint them separately before we're going to glue them on top of here. I'm going to do for mine in the light yellow, but only a little bit of distressed yellow, and this will be a little bit in the distressed orange. I have here 4 pieces which are just little triangles. And I have 2 smaller ones and 2 bigger ones. And this is just scrap wood which was falling off from a DIY. But if you want to make them, just glue 3 blocks together and then saw them diagonal. No? At least you know what I mean. Saw them from point to point in half. Sorry, don't mind me. so you get the same like I have. So it's very easy, and I always keep my pieces of scrapwood because now they are coming in handy for a nose, and they will be also in the orange, and 2 feet, and he will also be in the orange color. So you see already I painted my pieces. I did this yellow, this orange, and of course his nose I did in the orange color. What I'm going to do, I'm going to glue this, and you can glue this of course also this way. So I'm going to do some wood glue over here, and I'm going to do it on after the 3 rows over here. And of course you can turn it this way, you can turn it any way you like. So I'm just going to do a little bit of glue, and I'm just simply glue it in the middle. I have to look for that I have it over here, and just press it down a little and make sure that we have a straight one. And we're going to let this dry in for a little moment. So now I already took my pencil and I made a little dots over here where I want to have my eyes. And of course I'm going to get my paint, my black paint, and I do the back side of my brush is a little bit thicker. I'm doing it in the black paint, and just simply just make sure, of course I have to be sure that this drop is not on the top. And over here, and just make a nice round. Of course I do here the same, and then you can make it as big as you want. You don't have to do it the way that I do, so you can make it as bigger. I make them a little bit bigger because I like a little bit of the bigger eyes. But take your time for it to make them even. So now I have my eyes, and but I'm also going to do, I'm going to get my head of box crate, and I'm going to make just a little black dot also on my top of my head because I like a little bit of the coloring over here. So, but you don't have to do it. You can do it in any color you like. So don't mind me. So I'm going to go, you see already a little bit like this, to make it a little bit connecting with each other. So now I have my 2 bigger triangles, and I'm going to place them over here, and I'm going to make them also yellow. I was debating if I'm going to do it or not, but I'm going to give it a try, and I'm going to look for if I like it or not. So I'm just going to place them not totally on the front, not totally straight, but a little bit of a line. And this one over here, and I have to look for that I have this one over here and this one over here, fitting nicely together. This one straight over, and this one straight over here, connecting to each other this way and fitting over here. It is a little bit kind of playing with it, where you're going to like it. So I'm going to let them dry in, and I'm going to give them also a little bit of the light color. So before I'm going to glue my head on top, I'm going to give it a little bow. And of course I have here a piece of velvet ribbon, and I'm going to go for a totally different color. I'm going to do for the velvet green, and I like that color, but of course it's not everyone's cup of tea. But I like it, so I'm going to double it up because one side is with velvet and the other one not. So I'm going to do them on top of each other. That means that both sides have the same a velvet piece. So I'm going to make sure that I have it. I don't cut it too short because I want to have not a really long bow, but most of the time I'm always really happy that I didn't cut it too short. So again, like this, and you just make a simple bow the way you tie your shoes. So just simple, just go around and pull it in between, and then you already have your simple and easy bow. And you can go as crazy as you like, because you can also do a funky bow. You can do anything you like. So I'm going to go for this one, and this one needs to be turned and over here. And now you can place it over here, because I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to shorten it up a little and then let it slide in between. So now the last piece we are going to do, of course, we are going to place the head on top, and we're doing some glue on the inside of our piece over here and around and this way. And then we're going to place this one on top. Of course, look which one you like the best for placing on top. Of course, be careful that you don't have some paint on your hand and you're just messing up your whole piece, like I do. Like I do. So I'm going to place this one over here and over here. Just let it fall down and just let it suck in and just let it dry in for now. So that I did also two pieces of small ribbon under the planter head, how you call it, because I like it a little bit better that everything is coming nicely together. So you see in a moment the quick impression. And here you see finally a quick impression of my tumbling towel blocks, a little chick. And of course, you can change it up any way you like. And of course, the top I used with some greenery, but you can use some little figurines inside, some little pieces like maybe a book. So you can do anything with it. So I hope you give this one a try. And of course, everyone who is new here, I hope you enjoyed it also. And if you do and you're not subscribed to the channel, of course, I hope you will click the red subscribe button. Everyone have an amazing day. See you on the next one. Bye.